Well, welcome back, everybody. What a great week it was here. As Friday closed out, it was just exciting week. See how everything played out, including like right up to this morning with the video that I put out for the mastermind group, going in and focusing on exactly what ended up playing out the whole rest of the day. It's so exciting to be able to see the market, look at it in advance, and basically identify what's going to happen there. And so, one of the key things that I'm looking at here is this. So, with the SPY, we've got this distribution bar right here. Okay, and we held that resistance today. Now, here we also had this support area right below. And guess what? That was the low of the day. So we have this accumulation below, distribution above, and that's why I said we've got to break out above that or break down below this to really determine the next move. And the ideal scenario would be breaking out above because of the fact that we have this rising support underneath, and I don't want to have to go short into that can mean for a bumpier ride. Not to mention the hourly chart wasn't really in a position for that either. So walking in the door, we knew we had resistance right above us and support right down below us. And guess what? Then that led to us going nowhere this morning. In fact, we locked in divergence there. And then we actually had an even bigger divergence as we take a look here coming from the day before. So we have a lot of resistance up overhead here, as you can see right here. And then you had the resistance I was showing you right over here. And so that's why I put out that video earlier this morning. And sure enough, we held right there and then it pushed down. Well, at that point, that made us the technical damage. Remember, I taught you guys that in some of the recent public classes. Well, so that means as soon as it goes down, no, don't get all excited about a short, especially when the hourly chart was already still green anyways. Bounce right back up there. But remember, we have all that resistance up above on the daily basis here. And so don't get excited about the long, and sure enough came right back down. That's the power of the technical damage, to see that in advance where you're likely to get those whipsaws back and forth and not subject yourself to the pain of those. Okay, so now, of course, there's ways to trade within those whipsaws, but that's a much more advanced strategy. Show that you can make money with the trends first, then go ahead and focus on the sideways market strategies here. So going into next week, well, guess what? It's going to be the same thing here. We've got on the SPY, we want to get above that high set on Wednesday, the low set on Thursday. And then as we look at like the NASDAQ future, it's going to be a very similar thing. The low set on Thursday or the high set there, because you can see us is on the NASDAQ boatload of resistance right above us as well, which is why we couldn't get anywhere going fast today. SPY and NASDAQ, lots of resistance above and lots of support down below. The average active trader and investor should likely go ahead and let that settle out first and get a direction going, especially from a swing trade perspective. And so that's kind of a key strategy I'm going to be watching going into next week after the U.S. Open in particular, and see if that's then sustainable. Don't want to see it go a few ticks above or a few ticks below and then turn right back around and come back in again. So these are two very big areas we're watching. Again, this here, for instance, on the futures, and these two areas on the SPY. Okay, very important going into next week. Hopefully we break to the upside. Like I said, that'd be the path of least resistance, all things being equal, but we'll take what the market gives us. So kind of focusing on that key short-term strategy here, not sticking my neck out with the big swing trades. There's some great swing trades showing up in sector scanner in that right now. And so for those of you who want to put on a favorite option strategy and that will, you're willing to go out and take that risk, great. I'm not going to focus on that in the nightly video here right now. I want to focus on this for the active trading, where everybody can go home and sleep like a baby into the weekend. And then we'll talk about some of the active swing trades in some of the upcoming videos here, especially as we break down. Okay, you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Thanks for being the world's greatest students, and we'll see you in upcoming videos. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.